Welcome back to Peptides Unfiltered with me, Chris. I wanted to get back to why I originally started this channel, which was showing you my weight loss journey and hopefully you sharing yours along in the community in the link down below, and where I buy the peptides that I've been using for the past, now let's see, I started in May and it is now July. So we're coming up to just over 2.5 months. When I first started my weight loss journey, I was at 255. Now that was before I started Retta, which was the first peptide I was so eager and excited to start with. But basically, I was 255 back during COVID times, and of course, a lot of us were not really going to as many places, maybe eating snacks late at night because we weren't too happy about what was going on, things like that. So a lot of us gained weight during that time period. Then I did try more healthy alternatives as things got back in motion with the economy, getting back to work, doing things, going places, and the weight started coming off. A big thing is, of course, not having those late night snacks before you go to bed. So I did lose a lot, not a lot, but I started losing weight on protein. Then I kind of hit a plateau. Then I tried intermittent fasting. That was really very helpful, giving your body a chance to clean itself out, so to speak, and let those mitochondria and cells have autophagy. And there's so much great healing that happens with intermittent fasting that was quite good for me as well. But as I get as I have gotten later in life, I'm finding more and more things that I used to do in the past, and we'll get into more of those things that I did that worked in the past may not be working as well or at all. Protein and vegetables I highly recommend if you're on peptides like retatrutide or tirzepatide or even Ozempic, Wegovy. But basically, we are finding in some ways that as we get older, we hit plateaus and things just aren't working anymore. That is when I came across retatrutide. I was truly felt called. I resonated with a lot of what I was reading about retatrutide. I wasn't so drawn to Ozempic when it came out. I didn't want the Ozempic face and that whole thing where apparently you lose weight everywhere. I wasn't drawn to that, and I didn't even do that tier two, as I call it, tirzepatide or Zepbound, which many of you have tried with great success. When I was asking for a miracle, so to speak, that is when I found retatrutide, and let me tell you, it has been an incredible journey. I have lost a total of, as of today, 77 pounds. I'm actually at 177. So I think if the math is correct, I'm coming up on 80 pounds if I get down to 175. But basically, I haven't been 177 since back in 2014 before COVID. That is how well retatrutide is working for me. And by the way, I have recently added tirzepatide. I was drawn to add that in there just to cut the noise. Hunger, appetite suppression is what it helps with. So I find those two are working very well. And I'm microdosing. I'm going to tell you how that works as well in some of the upcoming videos. But basically, I wanted to share how I started, where I'm at, and where I'm going. And just keep in mind, I'm not a doctor. I'm not giving you health advice. I'm just sharing my journey. This video and all videos on this channel are for education and entertainment purposes only. Check with your doctor or healthcare provider if you have any questions or where you want to go on your journey as well. But definitely like, comment, subscribe. I read all the comments, and feel free to join the school below where I tell you where I purchased these third-party tested vendor safer peptide retailers and wholesalers that I really highly like myself. Look forward to seeing you again in the next video.